Hello everybody out there, Chris and Mike here, and welcome back to another Dark Avenger Comic Book review. And the comics we are reviewing here, it's a very small pile from Marvel this week. It was released on May 14, 2014. As I said, this is the Marvel side of the big two. This week, we are expanding Zenescope Appreciation Week. I wanted to make that announcement here. So guys, look forward to a bunch of reviews. Mike and I got a ton of books from Zenescope. We actually ordered a lot of books, and they came. There is a haul/unboxing video on Comic Frontline now. Those are all the books you could look forward to Mike and I reviewing throughout the week. Also, some books we got just because we wanted to have them in the collection. But that's beside the point. Again, there are a lot of books we will be reviewing, though, so look forward to that. Podcast is going to be probably another Outside the Pages this week, unless some news breaks. Godzilla is out in movie theaters, and that is freaking awesome. Wait, now that I got all that out of the way, let's get into the books this week, which there weren't that many. And this is the only disappointment of the week from both Marvel and DC. All new Ultimates. I'm done. I read the second issue. I gave it a shot, and you know what? It did, no. I feel very, I feel foolish for trying this again. I don't feel like I can get into this book. Ultimate Spider-Man, or Miles Morales, the Ultimate Spider-Man, awesome. FF, we're not even going to talk about that. This book, I tried. I really tried. And I don't care. Okay. Next week, I'm getting Avengers 29, which is connected to Original Sin. That I care a little bit more than I used to for the Avengers, because you know me and the Avengers. Yeah. This, I don't care. I'm sorry. It's $3.99. And lots of stuff's coming out. I can't. I tried. I really tried. I just don't... I'm not feeling it. Why is this after this? This should be over here.
Oh, I don't know.
So you have to fix the list later.
Oh. Alright, Deadpool issue number 28. The honeymoon of Deadpool and his new wife.
Yeah, because you didn't get the last issue because it was expensive. It was like $10.
It was like a really huge comic book. Yeah. So, they go to Tokyo, Japan, where they wanted to spend their honeymoon. Well, that's where Deadpool goes to. And I love the artwork, though. They do run into a little bit of trouble with these gigantic monsters, so to say. And I have to say, they really both have a mindset of just destroying these things and everything. And, we're trying to find out, more into this of, why the monsters are everywhere and stuff. And there was this little kid who took, like steals from the people and everything, and they're just one of these underground people where Deadpool and his wife find him. I don't remember what her name was. I can't remember. And yeah, so it's really about the suitcase that the kid took, and then it goes from one to another, then the cops take it, which then leads into Deadpool trying to go through the agents of the cops and stuff like that, and, they wind up getting the suitcase and all that after the whole back and forth hot potato thing going on and stuff like that.
And Sunfire's in it?
Yeah, Sunfire's in it, actually. Which was actually, pretty weird. And the wife just said that she had enough, and everybody's just they just gave the suitcase to Deadpool, and also yeah, I think that's Nightcrawler. Looks like
him.
Yeah, like this guy right here. Like, he's like a big friend of Deadpool's and stuff, and they give him the suitcase, and basically, he looked a little bit sick there, and I think he is Nightcrawler because he does that whole, thingamajigger. So, it was okay, Shikle, I think is her name.
Okay. I'm not pronouncing it, so it's fine.
I'm not going to pronounce it either or even try, but it was okay. You know, funny honeymoon thing. I mean, who would think that their honeymoon would be so monsterly stuff going on?
Maybe if you ever have the extra $10, you can go back and get issue number 27.
One of my friends showed me. It's not that important. I read it. It was kind of.
Okay, you're cool. That's your book. All New X-Men issue 27. The Brotherhood of Evil X-Men from the future are back to do something to the X-Men from the past. But now they're attacking Cyclops' team instead of Wolverine's team. We get some background story actually on little Charles Xavier Jr. and it turns out, spoiler alert here, excuse me, I know that I almost threw up in my mouth here. He's Mystique's son.
What?
So Charles Xavier had sex with Mystique, and then Mystique had sex with Wolverine. So technically, Charles Xavier Jr. is the son of Charles Xavier from Mystique, and Reyes is the son of Wolverine and Mystique. Reyes killed Mystique in the future. Not now. In the future, he's going to kill her. And him and Charles Xavier Jr. team up to, well, they don't tell you why yet, but obviously it's to travel back in time to stop the original X-Men from coming into the present.
Oh, boy.
And you get to see little Charles Jr. Learning that he has special abilities. You have Mystique, who can't, before this, Mystique couldn't keep him. She said she couldn't bring herself to do it, especially right after Charles Xavier died. And basically in the present, the Brotherhood of Evil X-Men are now attacking the Uncanny X-Men, because this is the Uncanny team. And Reyes is fighting with the original X-Men plus a couple of the students of the Uncanny X-Men. And Cyclops, Emma Frost, and Jean Grey are somewhere else. They're shielding themselves from Charles Xavier Jr. and the future Jean Grey, Scorn. Yeah, it was a good first issue. Artwork's really nice. I should show another page just for the heck of it. Here's a nice little splash page. So now we're going to see how the Uncanny X-Men deal with the X-Men from the future. Because Lord knows it took a lot from for Wolverine and the X-Men's team to stop them. So what's going to happen? And the big question, and this is the question that Jean Grey asked in the last page. Oh, why are you doing this? Let me make sure it's why are you doing this. Is it why are you doing this? Yep, why are you doing this? So we'll find out the answer to why next issue. Really good read. I enjoyed it. All New X-Men definitely has been a very solid book since it started in Marvel Now, which is now part of the All New Marvel Now. Hooray. Captain Marvel issue 3. Captain Marvel wants her ship back. And her cat. However, the person who steals her ship, her name is Tick, T-I-C. Or Tick, yeah, there's no way to say it without saying Tick. So Tick steals her ship, but she doesn't steal it to go back to her home planet. She steals it to attack the Guardians of the Galaxy ship because she hates Pete because he's the son of Jason and he's Spartax. What she doesn't know is he's not a part of his father's kingdom or rule, and he and his father don't really get along. Here's some artwork. Captain Marvel finally gets her ship back after literally having it crash into her. I don't want to give that speech away. Ignore the vibrating for right now. But she ends up taking Tick back to her home world, and they don't take too kindly with Captain Marvel because she's part of the Galactic Alliance, so to speak. However, she meets with the, what is it, Queen or Princess or President? Whatever she is. The head of the planet.
Wouldn't she be a princess if she's,
I don't know. But anyway, she's trying to convince her that the planet is poison and deadly, and she should have her and her people leave. And that's what kind of pisses the president, the Madam President off, because she's like, if you're here to do that, many have tried and many have failed. If you're arrogant enough to think you can, alone can do this, then you should leave now. And then she says, I will not abandon. If we leave, it's a death sentence to all the people who are already sick. So we are going to stay and try to find a cure on this planet. And then she said, would you leave all your sick behind? Would you prefer for them to be left behind? Oh, she's not prepared to give them a death sentence for leaving them behind. And then she asked Captain Marvel, are you? And she said no. And then Captain Marvel actually sees all the sick people on the planet. Oh, hold on, I'm not holding the book right. All the sick people on the planet. And I think her mindset's going to change from trying to convince them to leave to now trying to figure out what the cure is. Will this set well for the Spartax? I have no idea. One thing I have to say, though, that's kind of getting a little bit on my nerves, it's a tiny, itty-bitty little tick, not a lot, not yet, but just a tiny tick, is everything space-related is revolving around Jason and the Spartax Society. Now, I understand Guardians of the Galaxy is coming out in August, so we're going to be focusing on the Guardians of the Galaxy. But there are more societies out there. There are more alien races out there than just the Spartax. There's the Badoon. There's the Skrulls. There's a ton of other people. Please, on all your cosmic book Marvels, on all your cosmic books Marvel, I pluraled the wrong thing. Please don't focus only on Jason and the Spartax, because you've been doing that in several of your cosmic books. Please don't. So far, I want to knock on the glass. So far, they haven't done it in Silver Surfer, but that's because he's on his own. But God, please, Marvel, don't focus only on the Spartax. Do something else, or just don't involve them at all. I don't need to see Peter Quill's father every 5 minutes in every single book there is known to man in the Cosmic U. Now, I bought this for you without even... I don't even think you knew until after I ordered it for you, because I wanted to give you to give it a try. It's a mini-series, 5 issues.
Yeah, The Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, issue #1. I thought it was an ongoing series. I didn't know it was
5
only
issues.
5.
Nope.
Because it looks like it could be an ongoing series.
Maybe if it does
from what
good.
I saw.
Maybe if it does good.
Yeah. So basically, it takes place in London, Chinatown at first, where there's this woman, and we don't know what her name is. She runs into these samurai knights and stuff like that. And, oh, the Shadow Ghost, actually, she fights with. And, you know, like, they kill her for all the stuff that she did, and we don't know why, really, for that matter, for something. So we go to Rocky Mountains, where we get a little bit of, I mean, we don't get much of the origin story of Shang-Chi is the main character. The artwork looks really nicely drawn. And he is the master of Kung Fu, and he only does things by justice. He doesn't kill people, which is what I like about this character as well. I mean, all the good guys are like that, you know. So, he saves Crossbones. Yeah. He saves Crossbones from a fire, and Captain America is calling him for a matter of urgency. So they told him that, you know, like there was this killing of, you know, this woman, and she's like saying, you know, like, I know you want vengeance, but don't let it cloud your head when you lose someone close. And I thought Captain America and him had that talk heart to heart. But when he goes and meets the Tigers, they tell him that, you know, you should do, you know, what needs to be done. And Lynn, you know, his behavior towards him was just like saying you should just do it and kill him and stuff like that. And they gave him the sword to honor her family, because she gave it to him, so they did that as a honor. So he's just going around looking, and there are these people who were like looking at him like very weirdly, and he wants to know what they were working for and who wants to kill him and all that. And the fight scene's like really awesome and amazing. And then they heard that the White Dragon was actually the one that was doing the hit on him, basically. And he has a talk with Black Jack Tar or something, or director that he is, and they have a little bit of a talk, and to me it looks like that they're going to meet each other pretty well in a fight, so to say. Because I don't think he's a character, because you know that they're going to meet again. I mean, when they have a talk with each other, you know we're gonna find out.
So it was a good pick for you?
This was actually a really good pick.
Okay.
I would definitely recommend it. I really like the character, and glad you made the pick for me to read about.
I'm glad too. Next we have Nightcrawler issue 2. This was a quick read, and I'll tell you why. In this book we get his background with Amanda. They actually grew up together. They were raised by the exact same woman in the circus. And one day, she was a, oh god, what do you call those people? Dick Grayson was one of them.
Detectives?
No, tightrope. Not the tightrope. The ones that do the trapeze.
Yeah.
She was a trapeze artist, and one of her ropes broke, and that's where Nightcrawler learned that he could teleport, because he teleported, saved her, and teleported back onto the post. So he basically saved her. They fell in love, but the problem was he joined the X-Men, and he didn't want to put her in danger, or it wasn't her path, and that's kind of why they ended up breaking up. She makes fun of the little Bamps, which I kind of found funny. The artwork is really good. So they end up following that guy at the end of the issue. They followed whatever his name was, Chimiga, whatever his name is, to their hometown where they're basically their circuses, and that's what brings back all these memories about how they met. So they go back to the circus to find their adoptive mother, whose name keeps skipping my mind, and they don't get greeted so nicely because they don't believe that it's Nightcrawler because they know he died. Then after a bit of convincing, I'll put it that way, they realize that it is Nightcrawler, and Amanda, or what's her name? Here it is. Margali. This is the woman that raised them. So basically, Kurt wants to make sure everybody in the circus is safe because this guy is targeting their friends and family. And actually, they basically, spoiler alert here, they basically led him right to them. But looks like the next issue is going to be a humongous fight. Next issue says round 2. So it was a basic, quick read. Really not too much except background, like adding to the background about Amanda and Nightcrawler, you know, how they grew up and how they became so close. And then like a reunion basically between them and their fellow circus family. And then Trigma shows up, and now we're setting up for the next issue, which is going to probably be action-packed round 2-ish spiel. Finally, this week, the biggest shock ever was in Fantastic Four issue number 4. So it's Fantastic Four versus the new Frightful Four. The Frightful 5 or 4 or whatever the hell it is. And it's the Wrecking Crew, basically, led by the Wizard. And they're kicking butt. And somebody helped up their powers. Not just theirs, but the Wizard's as well. Artwork is really good. But the Wizard's not talking. Now remember, the Wizard's mind was killed by Carnage. And Reed, after they fight the big fight, they have the FF show up actually also. And they help out the Fantastic Four. Johnny is obviously not, you know, part of it because he doesn't have his powers anymore. So,
wait. Oh yeah, I remember. Okay.
So after they win the fight, because we all knew they were going to win anyway, the Wizard says, this was on our client's agenda. You know, we were supposed to be captured. It's us who've won today, not you. We've already won. And then when Reed tries to, you know, question him, he's like, he asks Wizard, explain yourself. He's like, tick, 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 you'll find out eventually. Silence is golden. Literally. They get taken away, and then the biggest shocker, and this is a huge spoiler alert, is at the end of the book, the last 2 pages. The Fantastic Four, if you don't want to hear the spoiler before you read this book, don't. Stop the video right here. But the Fantastic Four are banned from the Baxter Building. It is confiscated by S.H.I.E.L.D. And the children were moved to a safe location away from the Baxter Building. Due to current events that have been going on with the Fantastic Four and other things that we don't know yet, they're going to court. And they're not allowed back in the Baxter Building until then. There's some, I hate Maria Hill in this issue. She has a very bitchy face in this issue. But as she says, I assure you questions are being asked about your conduct. asked by important men who require answers. I'd get prepared if I were you. And then Reed goes, for what exactly? Your day in court. Next issue, the trial of the Fantastic Four begins. That was a shocker, and that obviously leads into Original Sin.
Uh-huh. So what, they think that they killed the Watcher?
No. Somebody, it's going to lead into a previous
oh, okay, because when they said
situation.
go to court, I thought maybe they blamed them as the suspects. Well,
No.
Okay.
This was a really good issue. I really enjoyed Fantastic Four this week. It was a shocker. I'm glad I didn't skip to the end. I'm glad I read this from front to back, because if I didn't, and I would have hated myself. This was a shocker ending, and I cannot wait to read the next issue. James Robinson has done it. He's actually hooked me on a Fantastic Four series.
Well, that's
Finally,
good.
the right writer has caught me and actually hooked me and kept me on a Fantastic Four book for more than just 4 issues. So hats off to James Robinson. And with that, that's it for Marvel this week, guys. Next video will be DC, but before we go, don't forget to check out Comic Related, Comic Frontline, and Zone4Podcast.com. Together we get your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. Guys, this Thursday will be the podcast. We are still continuing Xenoscope Appreciation Week on Comic Frontline. Don't forget that. And thank you guys so much for sticking around. Look forward to DC next. And until then, guys, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and we will see you guys really soon, literally, in the next review.
Bye, everybody.